Hello students, today we are discuss about the demand and its meaning and determinants which affects the demand of consumer. This is the second chapter of class 11 subject, class 11 syllabus. Here we discuss about the demand, what is mean by demand and what are the factors affecting the demand and why we study the demand, because as a businessman, as a business person अगर हम सोचें, that is we have to produce those things which are induced to consumer to purchase. Okay, they are willing to purchase of that commodity for of that want, of that wishes. Accordingly we need to understand what is demand, accordingly consumer behave. Okay, so here we start from our first topic, that is meaning of demand. What is meaning of demand? Demand refers to the quantity of goods and services that consumers are willing and able to purchase at given prices during a period of time. Here highlights the word keywords are: demand refers to the quantity of a good and services that consumers are willing and able to purchase. First of all, willing and able to purchase, that means buying capacity. We here means to say that is buying capacity. Accordingly his buying capacity he want to purchase at given prices during a given period of time. There is three things. First one is particular price. The other thing is particular time period. The next thing is price, time and place. See, why we consider these three things? Because if price, first of all, price is not in my budget, then the commodities are only in my dreams. Likewise, I wish to purchase BMW, but I have no money, then the wish becomes always a wish. So, I have a buying capacity, so that is why I convert it into a demand. So, first one consider as price. The next one is particular time period. Likewise, time period, for example, there is a winter or there is a summer. So, for example, summer, there is a summer, or if you go to the shop and ask them to present a new type of sweaters or winter clothes. So, he not ready to sell because there is a particular time period for a particular commodity. Particular place, like if I ask about the ice of Jammu Kashmir here, so this is not possible. So, we are consider demand. Demand means to say, that is demand refers to the quantity of goods and services which our consumer is willing and able to buy at a particular time, particular place and particular price. Okay, got it? Price, time and place are the key things which you include in your definition also. Sometimes try to form the sentence, try to form the definitions of your own words. Like demand refers to a quantity of goods and services which a consumer is ready to buy at a particular price, particular place and particular time are known as demand. Okay, so demand का meaning I hope so आपको clear हुआ. So demand refers to the quantity. Okay, done. Price, time and place. Next we move to three words, that is desire, means to purchase and willingness to use. Means to purchase, that is resources. These are the three things which are necessary to form a effective demand. And what is effective demand? Say suppose in your childhood you want to become a CA, you want to become a doctor, you want to become a police officer, but all these things, all these professions are not chosen by you. only one. So that is effective demand. We have unlimited wants, but all wants are not satisfied. So we have to choose one of those wants which are ready to fulfill, which are ready to become true. Okay, so this is called effective demand. And what is effective demand? Effective demand construed with the three words. Those are three words. Which are three? These are the three words. First one is desire. First one is desire. That is anything which you want to purchase. If you have no desire to purchase, you don't become it. You don't convert into a demand. Okay. So first of all, you have to desire. You have to wish for the commodity. Next, means to purchase, resources, as I said, example of BMW, you said, example of anything which you want to purchase but you have no money. So means to purchase, that is means, here means resources. Willingness to use those means, readiness to pay. Say, for example, your father gave you a 5,000 rupees to submit your fees. In the way you meet with your friends and you saw a new jeans or new t-shirt and you want to purchase those same. But here what we have desire, we have means to purchase, but we have not readiness to pay, because the priority is to pay fees. So this is readiness to pay, yeah, willingness to those means. Okay. So here we discuss about the meaning of demand. What is the meaning of demand? The demand means to say a particular quantity of goods and services which a consumer is ready to purchase at a particular price, particular time, particular place, are known as demand. It refers to the quantity. Okay. It refers to that quantity. Further we move to effective demand. And what is effective demand? Effective demand constructed with the three words, that is desire, means to purchase, and readiness to pay. Those means to that particular demand. Okay, readiness to pay, in short we can say readiness to pay. So here the meaning of demand. For next I want to clear more, and here we discuss about the three words, that is first one is desire, next word is want, and next word is demand. Here we have to distinguish among these three words, that is desire, want and demand. Desire is just a wish. There is a difference. Desire is just a wish without having any resources. Like I have a dream that I meet Amitabh Bachchan one day in my life, but this is only a dream. So without having any resources, just a wish. One day I want to become a prime minister. One day I have a BMW out of my house. So just a wish without having any resources. Want is wish plus resources. Wish plus resources. So here we think about, like, I have 10 lakh rupees in my pocket and I want to purchase a big new car. Okay, so what we have? We have desire to purchase, we have means to purchase, but we don't have a thing which is readiness to pay. Here readiness to pay is missing. Or what is readiness to pay? That is priority. Readiness to pay. Say for example, maybe by these 10 lakh rupees I want to admission in MBA, or maybe I have to plan marriage of my sister or another, etc. There are many uses, but here to purchase a car is the secondary, third or maybe another item of my dreams. So here want is wish plus resources. Next, demand. We mean demand means here desire, want and demand. So desire is just a wish without having any resources. Next, want is wish plus resources, and demand means to say wish plus resources plus readiness to pay. When these three things are equal or together, then it becomes demand. For more clearance, I have to do a diagram, that is this circle is belong to whole. So here the first one is desire, which are very large, as circles had draw, that is desire are unlimited. So there are multiple type of desire. So here desire. Next, want, because we have wish plus resources but we don't have readiness to pay. And now demand area will be more small, because certain we have so many things, we have so many we have so many wants, but every wants can't be fulfilled because we have limited resources. So those wants are fulfilled, that considered in demand. Hope you understand. Okay, we move to next, that is desire, want and demand. Desire is just a wish without having any resources. Want is a wish with resources. Next, demand is arise when consumer have wish, when consumer have wish, resources and ability to pay or readiness to pay. That is readiness to pay. Okay, chaliye. We move to next, that is determinants of demand. What we study? We study about the we study about the demand and factors of demand affecting the demand. Factors of affecting demand. What are the factors and why we study those factors? Because if we quote an example, like if there is a 50 consumer of anything, this is the number of consumer, and we produce 100 units of the commodity. Okay, if we have 50 number of consumer of certain commodity and we produce that commodity in terms of in numbers of 100, and just reverse of this case, if the consumers are 100 and we produce only 50 number of commodity, so here we loss of 50 product. 50 product are produced extra and we have wastage of resources. So here 50 products are extra and here 50 consumers are not satisfied by the producer. In both the things, producer suffer losses. So we think about that solution when we know that thing, when consumer increases or when consumer decreases. If consumer increases, we produce accordingly and try to get more profit. Okay, and if consumer decreases, then we try to reduce our production and try to minimize our losses. So why we study? Why we study? Because if consumers are change its demand and his or her demand, consumer they are change their demand. So accordingly we can produce those products which they want. Okay. So first of all we have to discuss, we are discuss here first factor, that is price of the commodity. What is this? Price of the commodity. Commodity of what? Which I want to produce, which I produced. Like I produced this pen, so price of this pen. Okay. So price of this pen is increases. So what will be the reaction of consumers? Or if price of this pen is decreases, then what will be the reaction of consumers? Okay. If suppose if the pen is so costly and I give it to less prices, then I lost. I underestimate my production, I underestimate my quality of product. So I have to know when when price are increases, consumer are shift or not. So that is why we discuss this point, that is price of the commodity. So देखें, in case of normal goods, when price increases, demand decreases, and when price decreases, demand increases. First of all, we have to understand the difference between normal goods and inferior goods. So what are the normal goods and what are the inferior goods? Here. We are living in a society. Okay? We are living in a society. And society have three kind of people. First, rich. Second is mid. And third one is poor. Rich, middle and poor. So, poor use inferior quality of product. Okay? Poor class use inferior quality of product. And rich and middle are use superior or normal goods. Like if we use wheat, then they use barley. If we use ghee, then they use dalda. If we use certain branded goods, then they use local goods. So these are the difference, basic difference between normal goods and inferior goods. Inferior goods are used by those people who are poor, and normal or superior. Maybe this word is substituted by superior in your books or where you study. So don't confuse, both are the same words. Normal goods or superior goods. Normal goods or superior goods are the same thing. Normal goods or superior goods are used by the rich and middle class people, and those from the particular class, and they poor if we use inferior goods. So we have to decide, or we have to decide our production accordingly, because if we produced branded goods, so we are in this category, or if we are produce local or normal goods, then we are in this category. So for us both are the important, okay, because we are work in a market, and market are formed by these people. So we have to study about our gentry, about our population, how these are who are the consumer of our products. So if these are, then what will be the relation between price of commodity and demand of this? And if we are in this, then what will be the relation of price and demand? One other thing is, if there are symbols, now in other further class we use symbols to increase. For increase we use arrow upward direction, and for decrease we use this arrow. So if I draw this, that means price increases. If I draw this, that means demand decreases. Or if we draw both, that means if price increases, demand decreases. Okay? There are relationship may be either this or this or this. Okay? So we are discuss here about the relationship between two determinants, that is price and price, effect of price. What is the effect of price on demand of consumer? So we move to slide, that is price of, in case of normal goods when price increases. So here price increases, we got this, price increases then demand decreases, and when price decreases demand increases, when price decreases demand increases. We collectively draw this, price increase demand decrease and price decrease demand increase. Okay, and there is a positive negative relationship. Negative, one is another direction and the other is another direction. So we can say there is negative relationship. Okay, hope you understand. So in case of normal good, as we seen that in case of normal goods, price increase, demand decrease. Like quote an example, if price is 10, then consumer demands 20 units of the commodity, and if price 10 to 20, price rise, price increase. Here is price increase, then demand will decrease. So 10 to 20, 20 to 8, maybe. You may quote any example. So price 10 to 20 and 20 to 8. We can draw the graph of this like x and y. On x axis we plot quantity of commodity or quantity demanded, we can say quantity demanded. So here price of commodity. So price here 5, just margin 5, 10, 15, 20, and here we have 8 and 20. So we can say we can take 4 margin, 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. Okay. So here 10 to 20, ye 10, price is 10 and the consumer demand 20 units of the commodity. As price rises to 20, then consumer demands 8 units of the commodity. So we can draw a graph on the points, and this is called demand curve. Okay, hope you understand. That is price on y-axis and quantity on demand x-axis, and we can use table to draw, otherwise we can just draw this. The curve is downward sloping. The curve is downward sloping. That is why we can say negative relationship. Always in negative relationship there is a downward sloping curve. Okay. Oh. We move to notes. Right. In case of inferior good, in case of inferior goods, obviously बात है, like we in normal case, in normal goods, if we say that is negative relationship of price and demand. So if there is a classification, then there is a positive relationship. This is the remindable. That is, in case of inferior goods, when price decreases, demand also decreases. When price decreases, demand also decreases, and when price increases, demand also increases. So we can write this. Okay? There is a positive relationship, and positive relationship will form upward sloping curve. We move to how to draw a curve. So in case of inferior goods, in case of inferior goods, like price and demand. If price is 10, then consumer demand 20 units. If price is 20, then consumer demand 30 units of the commodity. But how is this possible? How is this possible? Then this is the human nature. This is the human nature. When prices increases, demand decreases. Okay, like gold. If we consider gold, so if gold become cheap, then consumer rises its demand. But if there is inferior good, in case of inferior good, we say that price increases, demand also increases. Logically, it is not possible, but here we prove that. We prove this like, for example, say two inferior and normal good example we can take. So, ghee, okay, that is maybe price quotation 700 rupees per kg. Okay, now dalda comparatively inferior. You can take any other example of normal goods and inferior goods. So here is normal good or superior good, or here is inferior good. Okay. So if ghee is 700 rupees per kg, then dalda is maybe cheap, obviously cheap, that is 500 rupees per kg. So we assume the example, then when price of ghee is 700 rupees kg, then its consumer is 150. 150 have two classification, rich and middle. So 50 are rich people and middle class are 100. Okay, when price of ghee is 700, then there are two classification, rich and middle. The number of consumer is 150. Next, dalda. When price of dalda is 500, then the consumer is 200. They are poor people. So when price, say price and demand. Here we draw price and demand. किसी भी एक का ले ले, like 700. to say 1000. So demand is here 150. Then the consumer of ghee are reduced because the 50 people can afford it. They use continue those goods which are superior and which are price are rises. Then the 1000, when price is rises 700 to 1000, then the consumers of 100 are shift. 100, maybe 100 shift, maybe 80 shift, maybe 70 shift. So we can say 150, we shift 70. So 70 minus 70, that is 80. So now the consumer, here we draw the consumer, number of consumer. And demand. So the demand is fall because the number of consumer are reduced due to not affordable, due to not affordable now, and they can shift to those goods which are affordable and they shift to dalda. And now the consumer of dalda, first in previous they are 100 and 80, 70 plus 270. More consumer, more will be the demand. Hope you understand what we did here. So If price of normal or superior good rises, the consumer who can already afford that goods on particular price, now they can't afford, because in normal goods there are two kinds of people, rich and middle. So rich are not affected, but middle class are affected. So middle class are shift to inferior goods, and the inferior goods quality, inferior goods demand are increases. So here we draw like dalda. So agar if dalda 500 prices, number of consumer is say 200. When price of dalda increases 700, so these 200 people have no option, have no other option. Maybe the demand is decreases slightly, but now if this price are increases, this price are both are increases, 700 to 1000 and 500 to 700. Now these 70-80 peoples are not afford those goods. So these 80 people are shift to next inferior quality goods. So that is price increase, demand also increase, and price decrease, demand also decrease. And if we draw the curve of this, then we plot price on this side and demand in this side, that is 5, 10, 15 and 20. Here 10, 20, 30, 40. So when price is 10, then consumer demand 20 units, okay, and when price is 20, then consumer demands 40 units. And we add these points, then the demand curve is upward sloping. Okay, so we move to our notes. First is price of commodity, and when consumer increases its demand, decreases, prices increases, consumer decreases its demand. This is the normal, and normal in case we have negative relationship. Generally there is a normal case. We always assume the normal case. So in normal there is a downward sloping curve. Always there is a downward sloping curve. Always, okay, there is a negative relationship, price increase, demand decrease, price decrease, demand increase. Clear? Next is inferior goods. Wherever there is not income, okay, there is a demand, inferior goods price, when price is increases, say A2, A1, then consumer demands is B2, B1, and if price is decreases, then consumer decreases its demand A2 and B2. Hope you understand. Okay, so we move to our next notes. Next point, that is price of related goods. Price of related goods, what I see in market. In market I see my product is not affected only price of my product. My product is affected by the other products prices also. Like if Surf Excel rises its demand, then Tide will also affect. If Surf Excel, suppose, if Surf Excel is of rupees, if was rupees 200 and Tide 220, and if Tide decide to decrease its prices, so 180, then consumer of Surf Excel shift to Tide. So the price of other commodity affects my product also. So this is the topic is price of related goods. Okay, price of related goods. Price of related goods, how this affect? Price of related good affects by my to my product in two ways. maybe the other product is substitute or maybe the other product is complementary. If the other product is substitute, and what are the substitute goods? Substitute goods are those goods which are used in place of another goods. I may use Surf Excel in place of Tide. Okay, both are the washing powders. So I can use this in respect of this, in place of this. Same as it is Pepsi and Coke. Same as it is Maaza and Slice, or whatever you think. Say T-shirt, shirt. They are used in place of one another. So these are the substitute goods. We can go through the definition. These goods are those goods which can use in place of another goods like tea and coffee. Sorry. These goods are those goods which are used in place of another goods like Pepsi and Coke. Okay. So there would always exist a direct relationship between the price of substitute. First one is clear. This. On this. That is, these goods are those goods which can use in place of another goods like tea and tea and coffee. हाँ सही था. Tea and coffee. Correct. Tea and coffee. We can use tea in place of coffee. We can use pen in respect of pencil. Okay. So we move to our further. There is direct relationship. How there is a direct relationship? We can draw a diagram. So here, direct relationship, first of all, in direct relationship, click, that is direct relationship, positive relationship. There is an upward sloping curve. So price of tea and demand of coffee. Direct relationship, this one, like if original is this P and Q, and if we slightly move prices of T, so prices of T are this. If we increase price of T from P to P1, from P to P1, if we increase prices of tea, then demand of coffee will increase. There is a rightward shiftment, and rightward shiftment is increase in demand. Demand is increases. Okay. Say if price of tea is 250 and demand normal price of coffee is whatever. So if price of tea is increases, then tea users are shift to cheap one product and they shift to coffee. Again, if price of tea is reduced, then consumer of tea back again, and they decrease the demand of coffee. There is leftward shiftment. Okay. So it means with an increase in price of substitute goods, the demand for given commodity also rises and vice versa. For example, Pepsi and Coke. Complementary goods are those goods which are used in place of, which are used together. In the absence of other goods and which are demand jointly. which are demanded jointly. Okay? Which are demanded jointly. Like, for example, shirt and jeans. If we use shirt, you have to wear jeans. So, shirt and jeans, pen and ink, car and petrol. These are the example of goods which are used together, which are used jointly, demanded jointly. Clear? There would always exist an inverse relationship between price of complementary goods and demand of given commodity. Like, we can more understand by drawing the graph. Here we draw the graph of complementary goods. We draw the graph of complementary goods. We may example of car and petrol. We may take example of car and petrol. Here price of car and demand of petrol. So, price of car and demand of petrol. There is inverse relationship, there is a negative relationship. So, if we are here and if prices of car decreases, price of car decreases, so decrease here P and Q here, then demand of petrol increases, because if more car will be purchased, more bikes will be purchased, then we have to purchase petrol also to carry on them P2, P1 and Q2, Q1. Okay, and if price of car are costly or increases, then the demand of petrol is decreases. Again, leftward shipment and rightward shipment, and we draw the curve as downward sloping. The curve is in notes also. There would always exist an inverse relationship between price of commodity, of price of complementary goods and demand for given commodity. For example, pen, pencil, pen and refill, you may example of car, you may take example of car or petrol, shirt or jeans, whatever. Okay. So, this is substitute goods and complementary goods. Substitute goods, positive relationship. If price of on this axis, price of coffee increases, then demand of tea increases also, and if price of coffee decreases, then the consumer again shift to coffee. So, they decrease the demand. And next one is this negative relationship, because price of Y, or whether we can say a car, if price of car increases, okay, then we shift to less demand of petrol. I just quote X and Y, you may take any of the example. Hope you understand. Next, the third factor, we are discuss about the determinants of demand, factors of demand. Factors of demand, first one is price of commodity. There is two partition, normal goods and inferior goods. Normal, in case of normal goods, there is a negative relationship. In case of inferior good, there is a positive relationship. Next, we further move to price of related goods, in which there is two classification. First one is substitute goods and next one is complementary goods. Substitute goods are those goods which are used in place of another goods, like we can take example of tea and coffee, or tea and coffee example ले सकते हैं pen and pencil, Tide, Surf Excel, Pepsi, Coke, whatever you want you may take example. So substitute, in case of substitute goods there is a positive relationship. In case of complementary goods are those goods which are used jointly or which are demanded jointly, so they affect one another by the price. So if price of complementary good rise, then demand of other goods is decreases. There is a negative relationship. Okay, there is a negative relationship. Clear? So we move to our next point, that is income of consumer. Income of consumer is we just classified our society in three, that is rich, middle and poor. We are classified in rich, middle and poor. They are used normal goods and we already discussed about price of normal goods fluctuation, and if already decide price of inferior goods fluctuation. Now we discuss about the income of those people and demand for their respective goods. First one is, in case of normal goods, those people who are used normal goods, if income of those consumer are increases or decreases, then what will be the effect of demand? In case of normal goods, if income rises, that is obvious, demand also rises. My income before 5 year, 10 year, my income was 5 to 10,000. Then I have used the small mobile. I have no bike, I have no vehicle, but now my income increases, then my living standard is also increases and my demand will be rise. So here there is a direct relation between demand and income of consumer. It means when income of consumer increases, demand also increases. Again, the word is direct relationship. That means positive relationship. That means upward sloping curve. Here we see that income on y-axis and quantity on x-axis. If income rises from A to B, say my income is 5,000, now my income is 15,000. So if the income is 5,000, my consumptions, my expenses on Q, okay, and the demand is on Q, then the income is increases, demand also increases, Q1. Okay. Next, we move to inferior goods consumers. The persons who are using inferior goods, if their income is rises, their demand will be decreases. Yeah, if the income of inferior goods users are increases, the demand of inferior goods will decrease, because now they can afford to superior or normal goods. Okay, so here, if the income of slum area wise बात करें, one person income is 500 a day. If income is 5,000 a day, then he shift to normal or superior goods. In respect of inferior goods, his demand is decreases or will be zero. So here, if income of those consumer increases, say his income is, for example, 100 rupees, now his income is 1000 rupees a day, then he is increases or decreases. The curve is negative slope curve. Okay, then the income is this, and when income is increases, then consumer decreases his demand. We can draw the curve of this negative relationship when income is increases, say normal income is this, when income is increases, say 500, now 5000, so he decreases his demand. Why he decreases? Because he shift to normal goods or superior goods. Okay, as his income is decreases, obvious सी बात है उसके पास affordable नहीं होगा, they can't afford, so they increase the demand of inferior goods. The curve is wrong here by mistake. There is a positive negative slope curve. Okay, so we move to our further factor, that is taste and preferences. Taste and preferences and habits of a consumer, like if you see alcohol consumption users or cigarette users, if they block, if they use, they restricted, if the alcohol is become costly, they can't affect by the increase of price. So they habitual, they have habitual about using habits. So here the taste and preferences and habits of a consumer also influence its demand for a commodity. If preference is favorable, accordingly we classified into two parts, that is favorable or unfavorable. Favorable means what? Favorable means that is if consumer like your product, say you are the consumer of mine and you like to teach me also, you are fan of particular commodity, you are a habitual of a particular commodity, then you don't you ignore the prices. If they become cheap, they become high. So if you are habitual that commodity, they purchase, they can't affect you by the prices. So favorable, favorable, that means if demand, if prices rises, demand also rises, or if price becomes constant, demand also remains same. Okay, so if favorable changes, demand increases, or if unfavorable changes, demand decreases. Unfavorable, like taste and preferences, fashion की बात कर ले, bell bottom jeans are out of the fashion, so they bell bottom, narrow bottom jeans are in fashion, bell bottom jeans are out of fashion, so they are not accordingly demand unfavorable change and they are out of the market. Okay, so next is population size. Population size, if you are in big market, you are in a city where there is a large consumer, your product, your business become growth, have chance to growth, become famous, become more profitable. So demand increases with the increase in population, always, because number of consumer is increases, we can write this, if population increases, number of consumer increases, and obviously demand also increases. And vice versa, if there is unfavorable situation like floods, earthquakes, etc., population and number of consumer is decreases, demand also decreases. Composition of population. Composition of population said that what kind of consumer you have. Like they may be students, there may be students more, there may be more students, there may be more ladies, there may be more children. So accordingly your locality, your gentry, your population, your demand will affect. If in village you open the shop of stationery, then might have to run. There are less chances to run, So composition of population also affect demand. If composition of population changes, namely female population increases, then cosmetic products are more demanded, demand for goods meant for women all will go up. Same as it is if students are increases in particular area, like in your area, like particular coaching is open now, is launching a new branch, is start up a new branch, then the students will come and students are increased. So stationery, mess, restaurants, they are increases. Okay. So we move to our next factor, that is distribution of income. If there is a equal distribution, means to say everyone gets the income, everyone gets the employment, then the demand will also rise. And if there is a unequal distribution, rich are more, poor are less, rich are less and poor are more, so accordingly the demands are shift, the products used by rich people accordingly produced and poor people accordingly produced. Like if equal distribution of wealth is a country, then the higher demand for goods. If unequal distribution of wealth in a country, demand for consumer goods will be comparatively less. The demand for goods also depend upon the factors such class group, education, marital status. Accordingly, their demand differs. Consumers' expectation with regard to future prices, weather condition, etc., like prices of gold are high in near future, then they will purchase, they will start to purchase in the high prices also. Like for example, if there is an announcement that Saturday, Sunday petrol pumps are off, will off, then in Fridays or in, so 75, today's price is 75, or yesterday prices is 50, and in future there may be 100. So here prices are rise, but demand also rise. So accordingly, we want to say, we want to clarify that accordingly if there is a near expectation in future, so demand differs, demand affect. Okay. So here the meaning of demand and price, factors of demand. First factor is price of commodity, next one is price of related, next one is income of consumer, next one is taste and preferences, then size of population, structure or composition of population, next one is distribution of income, next one is accordingly gender or population structure, next consumer expectation. Okay. This one is your introductory of second chapter. In it next we move to law of demand, or more the curve, about the curve, we know about the demand curve. Okay. So in further class we will meet in about law of demand, we will discuss and meet about the law of demand, individual demands, etc. So thank you, and just go through what is the demand and its factor.